Hey team, hello, welcome to Motosumo. My name is Ben and I am your instructor today team, and this is your half an hour Stronger Together. I'm here in London in the studio ready to take you through your tough little half an hour session with me. It's gonna get sweaty, it's gonna get hot, but it's gonna be exciting as well team, making sure as always you've got everything nice and close by so we can get cracking on with this team, but making sure everyone is in that resistance 0, which is nothing on that bike, and then you just add that touch of resistance up to that resistance 1, and that is where we all begin team. We're gonna get going with this in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. In that resistance 1, just getting those legs moving around. Just gonna take you through a lovely little warm up. Yes, Janetta, what's up? But we all start in that resistance 1. Just getting those legs moving round. I'm gonna take you through a nice, long, not necessarily chill 10-minute warm up, because this one is all about that power. It's all about that power training. It's all about that athletic base training as well, team. So I need to get you nice and warm for it. Right now we're in that resistance 1. And remember, your resistance is basically how heavy it is under those legs. Remember, as always team, you can share with a friend if you click through our menu and click share with a friend as well team. Yes keeper, what is up? We always take it up to resistance 2, 3 and 4. So 4 being the very top of that bike and 1 being nice and low and nice and easy. Your cadence is the other thing we sort of focus on. And your cadence is how fast your legs are moving around. It's basically your speed, and that's measured in RPM, revolutions per minute. How many times your feet go around in that circle team. Right now we're just chilling out probably in that green zone, but let's take it up to yellow in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Yes, Ramo. Keepers in, Ramo's in. Benny P's in, obviously I'm right here. We're getting that 1 minute spinning for those 60 seconds into that yellow zone. Join me here. Sure, give me another 15. Three and 2 and 1. Nice, slowing it down on that 1. When I say slow down, when I say recover, I don't mean stop. I just mean pull back that pace just a little bit so we can attack it once again. This time we're just gonna go for that 30-second push pace now. So now, right now we're in green. Let's try to push it up to that red zone. 3, 2, 1, 110 plus. Pushing up 110 plus. You don't go much higher than 125 because that gets a little bit dangerous and it means you're slightly out of control. We don't want that. We don't want that. 3 and 2 and 1. Slowing it down. Good stuff. Let's bring it up to that resistance 2. Resistance 2 should feel that little bit stickier, that little bit more. But it's still one of our slightly lower resistances, guys. So we get ready to go again. In 3, in 2, in 1. 60 seconds, yellow zone. Aiming for about 90 to 105, 90 to that 105. This is one of our slightly lower resistances in 1 and 2, 3 and 4, your slightly higher resistances. We're going to hit them up a bit later. Resistance 3 is the main event of today. That's the one we focus on the most, because that's the one where you get the most power. That's what we focus on, that power. 3 and 2 and 1. We slow it down. We get ready to attack it once again. We get ready to head into that high yellow zone. Hundreds if you can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's only that 30-second push this time. This is where we up that intensity. This is where we up that energy. Just bring it up that little bit. Also, as we head through this warm-up, we need to set those intentions. And it's little moments like this where those intentions are set, aren't they? And we pull it back. Resistance 3. Jumping up, find that resistance 3, slowing it down once again. I don't mind where you're chilling out, whether it is in that green zone or it's in that blue zone. We're gonna do another minute. Remember, this is the important one. We got 3, 2, 1, 85 to 95. Join me up here. Let's see that little bit of speed now. Let's up that pace just a touch. If you're going any higher with some ease, yo, you need to add some resistance on. We're starting to get slightly more into that working phase as we get through this first 10 minutes coming into that main event. Oh yes. Three, 2, 1. Nice, putting it back. Same thing we did before. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember that we've got that intensity with this one because it is that 30-second push. We can raise the bar that little bit. In 3, in 2, in 1. Resistance 4. Yo, we're standing up. In 2, in 1. First time standing up. Nice, so feeling how that bad boy feels. This should feel like pretty much our heaviest sort of resistance. And the reason we're climbing is because we need to. When you're in that super heavy, when you're driving up that hill, think about on that open road, you wouldn't sit down. No, you'd want to be up at the saddle. Remember, we are attacking this. It is stronger together. And the aim of this class is to get stronger together. Three, 2, 1, sing it down. Grabbing some water. And give us another 30 seconds. Team. That's your warm-up done. I'm going to take it into a lovely little race, which is going to lead straight onto your first main round. Your first main round, and I mean by that, I mean your first big round. We do our big round first, and then we do a much shorter round. So I'm going to take you into a 2-minute race, drop it down to resistance 2 for me. Let's build some speed. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Into that race, 2 minutes. We're in. This is when we attack.
I see you and you see me, you wanna ride the wave. I can spot you from a mile away. Tap the gas and I'm gone, this is not a race. I just bought some racks in. I've been, what's happening? It's just me, my guys, I'm got no rap friends. You ain't see the front, but talking back games. I see the money, won't pick and roll, give and go. I see the money, won't pick and roll, give and go. I see the money, won't pick and roll.
Cool, as we come into the second minute, we attack. Boom, go for it. 3, and 2, and 1. Let's go. Go, go.
I see the money, whoa, pick and roll, get and go. I see the money, whoa, pick and roll, get and go. I see the money, whoa, pick and roll, get and go.
We're going to take it straight into a standing up. So you're going to head into resistance 4. We're going to still check out the scores, and I don't want you to attack it quite as much, but I still want you up out of the saddle. In 3, finish the race off. 2, 1, out the saddle. You can take it super slow if you want. You can take it super slow. Good. 2-minute race, 2-minute race, 2-minute climb, heading into a sat down section, finishing off with a climb. We go in 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes, we did that little 1-minute practice. And so everything right now we're going to do half of when we get into that main section. So we're going to do a 2-minute climb, a 6-minute power section, and then a 1-minute climb. Bear in mind that this is your big round, and then we half it, and then we half it.
Never thought I'd feel this high. Sky has never felt this close, and when you kiss me, I can't believe that I am yours. You are mine. You took the pain away.
Jumping on that beat if you need to. And the reason we go for a constant sort of held section here is because it's all about that sort of, as I say, that power riding. And we want to keep that power, that average power, nice and high. Power is measured in watts. And it's the sort of combination. Should we lift the pace in the drop? I reckon so. Come on. We're ready to sit it down. Not quite in a recovery, but in a little 6-minute section. Remember, you've got your big main block, and then we half it. 3, 2, 1, sit down. Resistance 3. There we go. 6-minute section. You find that 85 to 95, and then we hold some consistency. Bearing in mind, I'm going to play with it for a bit, but for the first 3 minutes, we aren't going to touch anything. First 3 minutes, we touch nothing. Just because that music's dropped doesn't mean your intensity needs to. First minute done, that's your little practice minute in this resistance, is to make sure you're in that right resistance. Remember, you can change it ever so slightly, you can tweak it. If it's a bit easy, if it's a bit hard, you can cater it for yourself right now. Remember, with our classes, because everyone's got different bikes, you can sort of cater it for yourself. Different resistances are going to feel different for you on your own bike on different days. So right now we're locked into this. So you're keeping that core strong. Those intentions have been set from the beginning. That's why we attack them so much. That's why we went for them. Big tune. For the final 3 minutes, we raise that intensity. You know what we do? Yeah, we lift that resistance. Not you're getting comfortable here. Not that another 3 minutes in this exact resistance is gonna be easy. We might as well push it. We might as well test it out. And remember, you've got that final minute, that final climb minute as well. It's a 9-minute section. Woo. It's a 9-minute section that really tests you out, that really puts you on the edge. Then when we get to the end of the 9-minute section, it should needing that break. But that's when I add in that next little 4.5 minutes. Add some resistance in 3, 2, 1. Added. Got to get used to this new resistance now. Got to get used to it. With form in the legs, and a bit of everything. And a bit of everything. Right, so another 2 minutes in this, which is another 3 minutes in this long 9-minute section, this long sort of power section. The reason we call it that power section is because we've stayed up in these heavier resistances. You don't want to rely on absolute pace in power. You should rely on high resistance. That's the way to do it. Oh yeah. We're on a big 90 seconds here. Minute left. If you've got anything left, you're gonna add a little bit of resistance on. 3, 2, 1. We're in 3 plus plus. Woo! Now this is that holding on. You may have dropped down a little bit. I don't mind if you're sort of 80 to 90 now. That's kind of understandable. We get to come into your final climb in a sec. So we rack it up. That resistance 4. We stand up and we go. Ready, up. In 3, in 2, in 1. Resistance 4. This is you holding on now. This is you holding on. I want you to be in those 60s if you can. It is your aim to get into those 60s for me.
is really happening? My mind explodes. I can feel my bones shaking to the beat of my bleeding heart. I'm overload.
3, ready, 2, and 1. Sit down. Bring it down to resistance 2 and just keep those legs moving. I'm giving you a minute. I'm gifting you a minute. Because we get to do all of that for half. Just gonna do a 1 minute climb, a 3 minute resistance 3, and then a 30-second resistance 4 sprint. But that whole intensity is gonna be brought way up. This is power riding. You've done that. You've done that first one. Oh yeah. Ready? Resistance 4 for 1 minute. This is just about sort of a break in. So don't want you to go mad in this one. We got plenty of time for that. Resistance 4. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. '60s, remember. This is the one which sort of builds up the tension in those legs. So you had that minute. You had that minute. Now it's time to put it into practice. Now it's time to go, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this.
If you're as perfect under the surface, I don't know what I will do. 'Cause I can't believe my eyes when I get close to you, close to you, close to you, close to you.
3, 2, 1. Sit down. Resistance 3. Okay, now it's playtime. I said playtime, now it's game time. Not playtime. We're close. Remember, you got these 3 minutes hit, then you got that 30-second sprint at the end. Oh. $85 to $95, you know the deal. We got 2.5 minutes left. Little push face in the strop. Yeah, I reckon. Let's go. In that final minute of this resistance 3, we take it up. Obviously we do. Obviously we do. Taking it up. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. You got a 90 seconds, under 90 seconds to go. We get to stand it up for that resistance 4 sprint. It's 30 seconds only. Resistance 4 coming up. In. 4, ready, 3, 2, 1. Everything. Ten. Go on, team. You got 3, 2, 1. Keeping those legs going. Wow. That was good. As always in my classes, we just take that little second to pause. To breathe, to roll our shoulders back, to reflect. Still keeping our legs moving. Remember, you're in resistance 0. Compared to that resistance 4 sprint, this is nothing. Taking it forward now as well. Leaning your hips to one side. Hips to the other. Head forward. Head back. Nice. Gonna stand up, push both those heels down. Get that beautiful stretch down those calves. And then spinning around the other way, doing that same thing, aiming from that front one. Good. From there, you're gonna take your arms up nice and tall. You're going to bring them round and into the center. We're going to give yourself a big round of applause, team, because we are done. Thank you for joining me, making sure you're clicking pause and save so you can compare your workouts against the other ones, making sure you find us on social media as well. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Ben. This has been Motosumo. Peace and love.